because he can do all things through Christ who strengthens him.
That's it. Look over, look over. If you like LS swaps, if you like learning about LS swaps, if you have intentions on doing an LS swap, man, I got some good news for y'all, man. I know you don't want your car to be on the side of the road. I know you don't want to spend unnecessary money. I want to share with you 3 things that will save you a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of frustration, guaranteed, no chaser. But what I need for y'all to do, for you to make sure you watch the whole video. I don't want you to miss nothing, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn your notification bell on. Make sure you drop me a comment in the comment section and say I'm riding with Chevys R Us, Tone. YouTube. This your boy Tone coming back at y'all one more again with another great video, YouTube, on Chevys R Us, man. Y'all know what time it is. We out here in the garage. Ain't nothing nobody can do about it. YouTube. But anyway, YouTube, let me ask you something. If you like old school Chevys, you like old school cars, you like LS swaps, you like donks, convertibles, you like all that stuff, you like fast cars, let me tell you something, YouTube. Then you in the right place. You locked in with Chevys R Us. Stay tuned in. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell. Make sure you get the videos whenever we post them. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot going on. We working on the 72 convertible Impala. Y'all see it right there. LS3 swap. Looking at maybe almost 600 horsepower. We ain't put it on the dyno yet, YouTube. We did our own wiring. And we show y'all how to do the wiring, YouTube. Step by step. We did our fuel system. We show you how to do the fuel system as well. Step by step, YouTube. Everything you need to know. Now let's swap, baby. We're working on a lot of stuff. We got the SS convertible that we got to do some more work on. I think we might have to do some rear end work to it, but we'll get to that. But anyway, YouTube, I want to share with you 3 things that will save you a lot of time, a lot of money. It'll save you a lot of frustration whenever you're talking about LS swap. I know you don't want your car to be on the side of the road. I know you want to keep driving your car. I know you don't want to spend unnecessary money. I know you don't want to baby that car, man. You put all that money into it. You got that nice, powerful LS engine under the hood. You don't want to be babying it, have to baby it. You know, you want to be able to handle it. And the things that I'm about to share with you, YouTube, will help you do that, just that. I'm telling you, these are some great tips, excellent tips. You know, your car, you're doing an LS swap, your car is only designed for maybe 200-300 horsepower from whatever it was when it came from the factory. But you add the LS engine into your vehicle. You add the extra 200-300 horsepower. Now you got a total of 500-600 horsepower for a car that was only designed for maybe 200-300 horsepower. Some cars less than that. So make sure y'all pay attention. Make sure y'all watch the whole video so you don't miss nothing. But that's what it is, YouTube. That's what we're going to be talking about today, you know. But first, Let me just share this with y'all real quick, YouTube. No, I could be doing something else right now. I got a million other things that I could probably be doing right now. Probably that I need to do. You know what I'm saying? But I chose to do what God has called me to do. And that's share my gifts and share my talents with you. So I'm going to continue to be obedient. I'm going to continue to walk in my calling and do what God has called me to do, regardless of my circumstances, regardless of what I feel like. Yeah, we can let our feelings get in the way of us doing what God wants us to do, regardless of my situation, regardless of whatever it is in life that I'm dealing with at this very exact moment in time. So that's why I'm here today with you, YouTube, to share this knowledge, to share this information with you, YouTube. Because some of us, man, they want to quit. Some of us, they right at the edge. So my advice to you is continue to walk in the calling that God has over your life. Otherwise, you might miss your blessing. You might be right at the door of your breakthrough, YouTube. So my advice is keep on walking, man. Keep on stepping. Keep on being obedient to what God has called you to do, YouTube. All right? Y'all ready to get to it? Let's get to it, YouTube. The first thing that I want to share with you, YouTube, that will help you save time. It will help you save money. It will help you save you from frustration. It will help you from being on the side of the road. It will help your car from being down where you can't drive it. So we're going to talk about bolting. Bolts. Okay. A lot of people do these LS swaps and they just run with the way things were set up. You know what I'm saying? They get the engine in, they bolt it in, they use the same Crossmember, they use the same bolts and everything. But I'm just letting you know, your car was originally only designed for maybe 200-300 horsepower. You add an extra 300-400 horsepower, in some cases even more than that. So what you need in your drivetrain is stronger bolts. I'm gonna share with y'all what part of my drivetrain has upgraded bolts. And first and foremost, you wanna try to go with grade 12.9 bolts or either grade 8 bolts. A grade 8 bolt is a significant improvement from a grade 5 bolt. So I want you to look that up on Google and you can do the research yourself and confirm what I'm telling you. But the first point that I got grade 8 bolts in my drivetrain, I either got grade 8 or I got arc bolts. So grade 8 bolts is the engine mounts. Your engine mounting bolts. The bolts that bolt your motor mounts to the frame. You want to make sure you got grade 8 or better bolts. And also the bolts that bolt the engine mount to the motor engine. Make sure you got some grade 8 bolts. That's a very important point in your drivetrain for strength and durability. You want to make sure you got some super strong bolts to hold your engine mounts to the engine and your engine mounts to the frame. That way you ain't got to never worry about them snapping, breaking off or anything like that. Okay, I could show it to you. Let me see if I can show it to you. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get no good close spot in there. But just remember that right there, YouTube. And the next part in your drivetrain, you want to make sure you have some at least grade 8 or better. You got grade 8, you got grade 12.9, and then you got arc bolts. You know, I don't think you need no arc bolts for this next one, but just at least grade 8 or better, YouTube. If you look right here and see right here, these bolts right here are the bolts that is holding my Crossmember to the frame of the car. I got grade 8 bolts there, and grade 8 washers, and grade 8 nuts. So just make sure you got some grade 8. That way you ain't got to never worry about those ringing off or anything like that. So that's the second point at which you want to have some stronger bolts in your drivetrain. Another point, you want to have some stronger bolts in your drivetrain where your drive shaft connects to your differential. Some of them connect in different ways, but that's another very important point that you want to make sure you have some at least grade 8 or better bolts that holds your universal joint to your rear end, the little clips, the little clamps that hold your U-joint to your differential. Get you some grade 8, at least some grade 8 bolts to make that happen. That strengthens it, that makes it stronger, and you ain't got to worry about it snapping off or breaking off or anything like that. You have to worry about the U-joint breaking before the bolts. So those are very important points in your drivetrain to make sure you have at least grade 8 or better bolts, okay? That can help out a lot, YouTube. Next thing is I want to share with you guys, this is the second thing. Let me show you here. Let's talk about the Crossmember. So here's my Crossmember. I can show this to you. Here's my Crossmember right here. Looks like we may have just a little transmission oil leak. We'll have to deal with that. But anyway, look at my Crossmember. This is the point at which your transmission bolts to your Crossmember is what you're looking at. And I know y'all can see I had the exhaust shop to add some extra wheels here around on the sides and on the back. And what that does is it'll strengthen this little tongue right here that your transmission is mounted to. Because in high horsepower application, these things have been known to crack, have been known to break, have been known to bend under high stress. And so what those extra wheels do to it, it'll strengthen it up. So now you got grade 8 bolts holding this to the frame, and now you got extra wheels here that will help stabilize your transmission, which is very, very good for your drivetrain. So this is the second thing. All right, I know y'all see that polyurethane transmission mount. These are good and durable and strong. You don't want to go with no solid transmission mount. You want something that's going to give a little bit to keep your housing from cracking under high stress situations. All right, that's the second thing, YouTube. All right, third thing is get some more wheels up in there, around there, on both sides. That'll kind of make it stronger a little bit. I know it's got the factory plug wheels, but I'm gonna put some more wheels in there. That way it could take some more twisting and torquing. So, the rear end, these stock GM rear ends, I mean, they're not designed to handle that much horsepower. So what you can do, one thing to strengthen it up, is to add some extra wheels around the tubes, you know, because they come with these little factory plug wheels. You want to take it to your local exhaust shop And just see how much they'll charge to put you a bead around the tubes. And what that does is it'll strengthen this rear end up. These things have been known to leak, have been known to snap, and you know, they're just known to break. You know, you put 500-600 horsepower behind it, you're gonna have all kind of torque on this thing. So this will significantly strengthen your rear end. 96 SS Impala rear end we using for the swap for the 72 Impala. Make sure y'all check out that playlist in the top right corner. We actually have some other videos on LS tips and tricks, which is very, very good, knowledgeable information. Click that link in the top right corner and check out some more good LS tips and LS swap tricks that will actually help you, YouTube. We also got the LS swap power steering tips and tricks, things that will save you a lot of time, frustration, and money. That's also a very, very good video. You can learn some more things that help save you more time and help save you more money. If you want to check that video out, it's very, very detailed, very good information. Just click in that top right corner to see those videos, YouTube. Let me know what y'all think. But anyway, YouTube, I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you have not subscribed, make sure you click your subscribe button right now. Click that subscribe button, click that notification bell, turn it on. That way you can get the notifications whenever I post my next video, YouTube. All right? Please share, please comment, please subscribe. All right, YouTube, y'all have a blessed day. And we'll holler at y'all again on the next video. YouTube.